Hello and welcome to the second part of this Create Iconic Fashion Portraits. In the last part we looked at how to just correct the raw file so that we could open it up into Photoshop Elements. Now what we're going to do is just make a few adjustments to the actual picture and its composition before applying the cross-process enhancements. So the first thing we're going to do is just to crop into the image, so we're just recomposing it slightly. So first thing you want to do is just select the crop tool, and you'll find that over on the left hand side, or you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is just C. With that applied, if we just go and check our aspect ratio, at the moment it says custom, and it's got the amounts left in from the last image that I was working on, so I just want to clear those. What you can do is just click in here, highlight and delete, or just go to the aspect ratio and click no restriction, and that'll clear all of those values. So with our crop tool selected, just click up in the top left hand corner, quickly drag it down to the right so that you've selected the entire image. Now what we want to do is just crop this area out. So if I hold down Shift, go down to the bottom right hand corner, and what I'm going to do is just keeping Shift held down, I can then just move the anchor point in the bottom right up. And you can see the area that's going to be cropped out is just shaded out slightly. At the moment that's over, or the portrait's over to the right hand side, and what I want to do is just even that out. So if I go down to the left hand bottom anchor point, again hold down Shift, click, and then just drag that up, and I can just see there's a little target crosshair right in the center of the cropping area, and we can just see that that's about central on the portrait. So when we're happy, we just double click to apply that, and we now have our recomposed cropped image. With that done, what I want to do now is just to take an area of this sleeve, just move it up slightly just to get rid of a little bit of the wrist area here. So if I select my lasso tool, and what I'm going to do is just select the standard lasso tool, zoom into the image slightly, by just going Control or Apple Plus, then holding down spacebar, I can left click the mouse and just move around the image. Now with the lasso tool selected, what I'm going to do is very quickly just highlight the area around the sleeve, and you should see the running ants appear. Then go Control C and Control V, and that'll place that area of the sleeve into a new layer. Now if I select the Move tool, or just hit V on my keyboard, I can now click on the sleeve and then just move that up and into position. Okay, once it's in place, what I'm going to do now is just to use the Erase tool, make sure that I've got a nice soft brush selected from the options, and then I'm just going to use that just to blend it in very quickly into the rest of the sleeve. And we can see that's now moved the sleeve up the wrist quite nicely. Unfortunately, we've got this bit of skin area appearing just at the top of the sleeve. So I'm going to use the polygonal lasso tool. You can select that underneath the lasso tool by just clicking and holding, or hitting L a couple of times on the keyboard. Now if I make my first point, and what I want to do is just very carefully just select that extra area of skin out of the picture. And then just go back to the start point. As soon as I see that little circle appear, just click and that'll complete the selection. Now if I go up to Refine Edge, I just want to feather the edge slightly so I get a nice smooth transition. I've got smooth at about 2, which is fine. Hopefully it's quite smooth anyway, and we'll just take the feathering up to about 1.5. Now just click OK. Importantly here, just so that you can see how well it's actually blending in, just go Control or Apple H to hide your selection, and then just hit delete, and we can see there we've got quite a nice transition between the new sleeve and the wrist. If we just hit delete again, and we'll see that just gets a little bit better. Okay, so once you're happy with that, just go Control E, and that'll flatten the new sleeve onto the background layer. Again we'll go Control minus or Apple minus just to zoom out, and we can see when we zoomed out that that all blends in very nicely, and it looks as if that's the way the sleeve was when the picture was shot. Okay, I'll see you in the next part where we start to apply the colour processes.